אז שלום לכולם, אני דן שוחט מארגון יוזמה דרך הלב. אנחנו יוצאים לדרך עם קורס מאמני תרופות אישיות, ואנחנו היום עם פטרישה דיגן, פט דיגן, דוקטור לפסיכולוגיה עם ידע מניסיון אישי, ומי שבעצם בנתה את ההכשרה הזאת של תרופות אישיות. פט דיגן, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We have a few questions. Yossi, you want to start?
Yes, so our first question from the beginning, it's what are personal medicine? Like, how will you explain that to people?
Yes, personal medicine are the things we do to get well and to stay well. And personal medicine is very necessary to the whole process of recovering after a diagnosis of a serious mental illness. I found this to be true in my life after having been diagnosed with schizophrenia. I was told just to take medicine. What I learned over time is, yes, medicine can help, but it's not enough. There are many other things I had to learn to do in order to live a full and wonderful life. These other things that we do to be well, things like taking a walk every day by the ocean, taking my dogs out and playing with them in the yard, going outside and being in the snow, in nature, feeling alive. These things bring joy and purpose and meaning to my life and are just as important to my well-being as any psychiatric medicine that I take. For many of us, finding the balance between any medicine we might take and the things we do opens a pathway into recovery and the life that we want for ourselves.
And how did you come up with the name personal medicine, and what got you interested in this the whole concept to begin with?
I came across the idea of personal medicine when I was actually doing a research study. I was interested in what people do besides taking psychiatric medicine in the recovery process. And so I was interviewing people, and one person who was living in recovery after a diagnosis of bipolar disorder said to me, that math, doing complex mathematical problems, was a medicine for him, that it was a mood stabilizer. And I said, oh, that's interesting. If I did complex math, I probably would have a nervous breakdown. And he said, no, for him, it calms him down. It helps him focus. And it really gave me a powerful idea. Oh, medicine can be what we do. And so really it was through an exchange that I was having with a research participant that this idea that the things we do can be powerful medicine. Laughter changes our biochemistry. Concentration and being able to do something productive calms our nervous system. All of these things affect not just our minds, but our bodies as well. And so really, that's where the idea of personal medicine comes from. And I don't think it's just a metaphor. I think that truly medicine can be what we do. For instance, we know that exercise has a very significant effect when compared to antidepressants, right? That the effect size of exercise is very powerful. So indeed, we actually have empirical proof that medicine can be what we do.
Yeah, and that something is really great about the course itself and the personal medicine. And one of the main tools that people will get from the training will be for you the ability to explore it, to know by themselves. What's the main tool that you hope when you got that idea?
Well, I think that the main thrust of the training is to, first of all, help participants. And we have psychiatrists, nurses, social workers, psychologists, occupational therapists, peer specialists, family members, people with psychiatric diagnoses, all coming together. And where we begin is learning about our own unique personal medicine. That frankly, all of us need personal medicine in our lives in order to live our best lives. And I love that the course begins with personal discovery of our inner resilience, of the healer within us. I like this word resilience. Resilience is about having a natural self-righting capacity. And that certainly in the professions, whether it be the profession of being a peer specialist or a psychiatrist, there are stresses. All of us need to practice wellness. All of us need to discover and expand our personal medicines in order to be effective at what we do in our lives and how we contribute back to society. So I love that the personal medicine course begins with discovering our own personal medicine, but then it moves on and explains to us how we can support others in discovering their personal medicine. And the thing about personal medicine is some people want to say, well, it's just a coping strategy. But a coping strategy is always generic.
Right.
For instance, walking is a coping strategy. But for me, and I think for other people, walking in a busy, busy city like New York City or, yeah, that's stressful. That is not personal medicine for me, right?
It's the opposite.
So for me,
from
it's the opposite. For me, it's walking in nature, being alone and in touch with the world around me. This is what soothes me. Other people don't like that, but for me, that works. So we say personal medicine is not a coping strategy. It's deeply personal and it comes from the healer within us.
Thank you. And last question for this. You touched it a little bit. Who's the training for? You said it's a big variety of people that can join and take the course and do the training.
Yes, I think the training has been very beneficial. At this point, we have a worldwide community of over 2,000 certified personal medicine coaches all around the world. And as I said, we have all different professions represented in our trainees and in our coaching community. And so sometimes occupational therapists, psychiatrists, nursing staff, medical staff, but also peer specialists, people in hospitals, children are using personal medicine now. We are bringing personal medicine inside of the prisons system in the United States, right? Prisoners really have to learn new ways of managing their distress, new ways of managing their mental health challenges. And what better way to start than personal medicine? So we're actually going into prisons now and training inmates to be able to discover and use personal medicine and then coach other inmates in how to do that. So I think that personal medicine is a wonderful, innovation. It is helping to transform the field of mental health, and I encourage you to be a part of it. It's a great movement.
Thank you so much. We are hoping to start our own course on February 2nd. And thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.